Unfortunately, this morning I'm gonna have to issue a citation for your speed. Okay. I dropped it down to 49 and a 40 rather than the 54 and a 40. Okay. Just make sure you pay attention to your speed as well as the speed limit signs when you're operating your vehicle on the roadways. All right.
So I wrote you a citation, but I wrote it for 9 over, which is 49 and a 40 instead of 60.
Thank you.
So that drops a citation fine amount to $131. Okay. Here's your license back. So I wrote you a citation, but I wrote it for 9 over, which is 49 and a 40 instead of 55 and a 40. Okay. So I wrote it down to $131.
So I'm doing traffic enforcement out here today, so I'm going to show a citation.
Okay.
The initial amount, the 20 over, would be $281 and 4 points on your license. Instead of doing that, I wrote you for 9 over. It's the lowest speeding amount. So instead of the 281, it's 131. Okay.
I dropped it down to 59 and a 50 because, like I said, you only got another citation.
You were doing 55? Oh, come on. You were doing 72 when I got you on the laser. Where's your license?
My license, I literally just got out my, I was at probation, the PO center over there in Tiberias, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Mr. Here's this back. I wrote you a citation for 72 and a 50. Okay? That's too fast. All right? Back. I wrote you a citation for 75 and a 50. Okay? 25 over. All right?
Driver's license back. So we are out here doing traffic enforcement. So I'm going to show a citation, okay? Now the initial amount, 17 over, that would be $256. Instead of doing that, I lowered it down to 9 over, okay? So it brings it to 131 instead of the 256.
So I wrote you a citation, but I wrote it for 9 over, which is 59 and 50 instead of 67. That drops it to $131. All right. On the back, you've got options 1, 4, or 5.
There's your stuff back. So we are doing traffic enforcement today, so I'm going to show a citation. Not the initial amount, though. The 21 over would be $281 and 4 points on your license. It's a lot of money. What I did instead is I wrote you for 9 over, which is the lowest speeding amount, okay?
So I wrote you for 9 over, which is 59 and a 50 instead of 71. All right? So yeah, you were at 67.
Okay.
So I didn't write you for 67. I wrote you for 59 and a 50.
Okay, so
All right?
has that always been 50?
It's been, oh yeah. It's
Fair enough.
It's 45 back there by the boat ramp, and it changes to 50.
So the amount that you were going over at the 20 over would be $281, okay? Instead of doing that, I did write you a citation, but for 9 over instead of 20 over. So instead, no problem. So instead of the 281, it's 131.
Okay.
So we are out here doing traffic enforcement today, so I'm going to issue a citation, okay? Yes, it's a ticket. Now, the amount that you were going, 20 over, would be $281, okay? What I did instead is I wrote you a ticket for 9 over, so it'll be the lowest speeding amount. So instead of the 281, it's 131, okay?
I wrote you a citation, but I wrote it for 59 and a 50 instead of 72. So that drops it to $131.
So we are out here doing traffic enforcement, so I'm going to issue a citation, okay? The 22... No, well, I cut you somewhat of a break. I'm going to explain that one. 22 over would be $281. It's quite expensive. Instead, I wrote you for 9 over, which is the lowest speeding amount. So instead of the 281, it's 131.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, Mr. I wrote you a citation, but I wrote it for 59 and a 50 instead of 70. Okay, that drops it to $131.
$131?
131, yes. You got options 1, 4, or 5. You got to take care of it within 30 days. All right, any questions? All right, slow down, drive safe, okay?